Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me again. I do have some information to share. Now, this is my second video regarding the hiring process with Custom Border and Protection. So if you haven't seen my first video, please go ahead and check that out so you can see what has changed since then or what the hiring process for me is like. So, just a short recap, I had recently received an email stating that I passed the entrance examination for the CBP officer, which I am really happy about. I applied to both the GS5 and GS7. The emails that they were sending me, they were all pertaining to the GS5 series. So, in this same congratulation email, they were letting me know that my application and supporting documents will be reviewed to determine if I qualify for the position, as well as a notice of results and referral notification letting me know if I qualify or do not qualify for the position. So, on October 20th at 7:50 a.m., I received the results and status of referral. Okay. As I'm reading through the email, I'm scrolling down and I'm like, okay, duty locations. Here we go again with the duty locations, which is a concern to me. And then I got down to the juicy part. And yes, you are tentatively eligible for this series grade combination based on your self rating of your qualifications. And then I was like, wait a second. There's a second email. I opened up that email and this is what I saw. Yes, of course, yes. I'm also qualified for the other series that I applied to, which is the GS7. And of course, I'm happy about that because that's more money. So now let's talk about my background. I do have a bachelor's in criminal justice, and I also did 7 years in the Army. So that's how I was able to be qualified for the GS7 because it requires a degree or experience 1 year. I guess you guys could check that out as well, the qualifications to be a GS7. But in my situation, my education is what got me through to the GS7. So now that the GS7 was in action, I am no longer interested in anything that has to do with continuing with the GS5, obviously. At 8:08 a.m., October 20th. So this is the same day. A lot took place on October 20th, okay? So I'm still continuing on with that date. So at 8:08 a.m., this is what I received. So this is a tentative selection for the position that I applied to, which is great news as well. And of course, they sent me this very same email for the GS5 position, which you guys know that I'm no longer interested in. And yes, you know this because I said that minutes ago. You see where they say action required? Like I literally had to click on that link that you just saw. Once I click on the link, it took me to like a third party website where my information was transferred over to that third party website to where I was instructed to do two different sections, and in the first one that I had to do, it had like several parts to it. So this was the onboarding process. So of course, I'm not going to quit my job or even think to do that because I know this is a lengthy process. This is something that takes a long time and is not a final offer. Even though I'm doing the onboarding section, anything can happen at any given moment within the hiring process for a person or an applicant to drop out. So this is what it looks like. This is what the link took me to. This is it completed, by the way, and it's two sections, like I said, in that top part, the new hire questionnaire. There were questions in there from like updating your personal information, your name, your phone numbers, putting in your social address. Then the next part to that was your work history. If you've ever worked for a federal, if you've ever had any federal jobs, and if you have been fired from them, or any other jobs that you've been fired from, like whether they told you to or whatever. Then they ask about your criminal history. If you've ever been arrested, they want the date, month, day, and year. They want the police department's information, address, number, and they want a full description of what happened, like of whatever the incident was, for you to tell them in words like what happened, and then you submit it. They did have a section in there that said that if it happened before your 18th birthday, that not to put that down. They also said if you had anything expunged, something about you having it expunged on a certain level, then you don't need to put it down either. So yeah, so that's what happened, and I submitted that, and I'm pretty much back in the waiting game again. So as soon as I hear something, will definitely let you guys know. I know that time frame and the gaps, those are very important, so let me give that information. On October 1st at 1:33 a.m., I submitted 2 applications for Custom Border Protection Officers, a GS5 series and a GS7. October 1st at 8:12 p.m., I received an invitation for me to complete the online assessment, and there was a link included in that. October 1st at 8:32, there was an email verification that I had to click on. October 1st at 9:13 p.m., that's when I scheduled the entrance examination. And then at 9:20 p.m. on that same October 1st, I received an appointment confirmation. I scheduled my exam on October 1st, 2021 for October 5th, 2021, because that was the earliest day that I was able to do it. So 4 days after I submitted my application, I was taking the entrance examination. I went on the 5th and did my examination. My examination was scheduled at 1:30 p.m. on October 5th, 2021. At 4:40 p.m. on that same day, October 5th, 2021, I did receive an email of completed entrance exam confirmation. I received another email, which was also back to back, on October 5th at 4:40 p.m. as well, which let me know that all assessments are completed, and that they were going to let me know the notice of my results with updated application status, and that will be emailed to me in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Now, 9 days later, which was October 14th, I received an email at 10:22 a.m. about the entrance exam results for both the GS5 and GS7, and that I passed. 6 days later, on October 20th at 7:50 a.m., that's when they let me know the results and status of referral, and that I was tentatively eligible for the series in grade combination of GS5 and GS7, right? And then October 20th at 8:08 a.m., they told me that it was a tentative selection and congratulations, and for me to accept and decline decline the position. And of course I accepted. Then I was immediately sent to another website where I did the onboarding with a third party website. And I had to do 2 sections. It was complete new hire questionnaire and a declaration for federal employment. So October 20th at 10:23 a.m., that's when I received a confirmation email. A congratulations email on registering successfully with the onboarding credentials. And now I must wait. I don't have a choice. So I am waiting. And you guys will hear about, what else happens after that. So you guys have a great day, a great night. Take care and keep your heads up. Okay? If the materials and knowledge that I'm bringing to you is useful, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like as well.